Earlier this week, I talked about speed of service, and that's often shortened to SOS, speed of service. And I talked about why people just don't have a lot of time to waste and why you need to get faster as a food truck and have measurement criteria for the different steps within your order taking process, your cooking process, your delivery process. So today we're going to continue on talking about speed of service. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast here to tell you about Michelob Ultra Courtside. It's getting fans closer to the NBA with a chance to win prizes like courtside seats, a trip to All-Star Weekend, and much more. Check it out at MichelobUltra.com/courtside. Michelob Ultra Superior Access, Courtside 24-25 sweepstakes, no purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21 and up. Begins on October 1st, 2024, ends July 1st, 2025. Multiple entry periods. Visit MichelobUltra.com/courtside for free entry deadlines, and official rules. Message and data rates may apply. Void where prohibited.
So you spend a whole bunch of time and money, perhaps, marketing your food truck. You get on social media, let people know that you're out and about. You're doing everything you possibly can to get people to come to your food truck, and then you screw it up by being slow as molasses. How can you prevent being slow? I talked about every step in the order taking process needs to have some type of time goal. For example, if you go to most fast food restaurants, they expect the drive-through window to be answered within 5 seconds of the little warning bell that goes off in their headsets. The headset's timing mechanism is typically linked to the POS system. So if the POS system isn't started ringing up something in 5 seconds, there's a little warning that goes off and says, hey, y'all are too slow to answer. You need the same thing on your food truck. There needs to be that time goal. Somebody steps up to the window, we're going to greet them within so many seconds. And the greeting doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have to take their order at that point, but you acknowledge that they're there so that the guest knows you're going to be there momentarily to take their order. Once you step up to officially take the order, there needs to be a time goal for that too. Now, what should that time goal be? What you want to look at is the number of orders that are being placed per person. So if one dude steps up and he's ordering for his whole office and there's 20 different sandwiches and combinations of food on that order, obviously you're going to take more time to get that order out of him. But there needs to be that goal. So if he is truly ordering 20 people's worth of food, then each one of those people's order should be taken in a set amount of time. I would say probably you're looking at 20 to 30 seconds per order. That would be getting the main product out, the sandwich, whatever it is, making sure that it's dressed the way they want it to be dressed, talking about a side, talking about a drink, and then suggesting selling a dessert. You get that out in about 30 seconds, you're doing really great. And if family of 4 steps up, then you're giving yourself 30 seconds per family member. So it's not like you're trying to cram a big order into that 30-second space because you can't. And the kitchen wouldn't be able to keep up if you could. But what you want to do is make sure that you're treating each order with the same time respect as all the other orders. So going with that 30-second goal, all you've done now so far is taking the order. We still got to do the cash transaction. We got to do the credit card processing. We got to do something else to get the order closed and then get the guest out of the way. So whatever your procedure is, perhaps you run the credit card, you do the cash, and you tell them that the order is going to be up in just a couple of minutes. And if you would, we are going to give you this pager or give us your cell phone number and we'll text you. Whatever your procedure is, all of that has to be accounted for in a conversational way with a time goal. Ideally, every food truck that I work with, the very first speed of service time goal is to take 1 order per minute. So, hi, welcome to the food truck. May I take your order, please? And then let the guest tell you what they want. Then you repeat the order back to make sure you got it right. Okay, I have your order as 1 cheeseburger with extra onions, no mayonnaise, 1 order of french fries, 1 can of soda. Would you like a couple of cookies to go along with that today? And then the guest answers. And then you say, awesome, that's going to be $10.50. Then you do the cash transaction or the credit card processing. Okay, sir, here's your change. Here's your receipt. If you will step off to the side there, we will call out this name or this number here in just a couple of minutes. Your food will be ready. Or you give them the pager. Or you tell them, hey, your cell phone's going to go off whenever we have the food ready. And you step up to this window and we give you the food. All of that should happen within 1 minute. Now, if the guest has, again, 20 orders, still one dude, but 20 orders, obviously you can't do that in 1 minute. but you're going to allow yourself the time to get all of those orders and get them all right. And then once he steps off out of the way, then you're going to hopefully step back and help the kitchen folks get the food out. But you got to have that time goal. So once the ticket is official and is sent back to the cooks, how long do they have? Are you cooking burgers? You know, a guy that orders 20 burgers, that fits on even a small grill. So you can put all 20 of them down at once. 8 minutes later or 6 minutes later, they're done cooking. That can be done. The idea is that you are setting some type of goal for every step of the process. So the cooking process, you're going to look for the slowest thing you cook, and that becomes your goal. So if the slowest thing you cook takes 8 minutes, then our goal is to get all the food off of the cook's area 8 minutes after it comes back. And then how long does it take to assemble it? Do you plate it? Does it have to be wrapped? Do you have to dress a bun? What should that time goal be? For example, Burger King runs speed of service contests to get their employees excited about just learning how to dress a sandwich properly and then wrap the thing. Takes about 11 to 13 seconds to properly dress and wrap a Whopper to the specifications Burger King has set out. You need to have that same mental thing for your team and yourself. How long does it take to assemble this product and still make it look picture-worthy? If it takes 20 seconds, it takes 20 seconds, but that becomes the standard. And then we're always going to make sure we're hitting that 20-second standard to get the thing out of here. How long does it take to bag the product, and what order are things bagged? Because once you have a set order to do things, it becomes easier to get faster at it because now it becomes repetition. Rather than one time you put the fries in first on their side, the next time you turn them in upside down and throw the burger on top of it. Burger goes down, the fries go beside it. It's the same with your assembly process. Do the same assembly process every single time. And it doesn't matter what the order of the condiments is. Burger King does theirs different than Wendy's does. Wendy's is white, red, green. So it was mayonnaise, ketchup, pickle, followed by white, red, green again, which was the onions, the tomato, and the lettuce. And then mustard was put on the meat patty. It wasn't applied to the crown of the bun. Burger King's different. Burger King is mayonnaise, less tomato on the crown, pickles, onions, and 2 rings of mustard, 3 rings of ketchup on the heel, on top of the meat. There's different ways to assemble it, but they both had time goals. Neither one was faster than the other because I've done them both, and I can make the sandwiches both very rapidly. But you need to have that standard so every single time the sandwich comes out exactly the same way, dressed in the same order, dressed in the same method. And when people omit things, you should just be a little bit faster then. Instead of trying to think, okay, which one goes on first? Mayonnaise. Okay, mayonnaise goes on. There are people that literally work that slowly. Once you have the assembly process down, you have the assembly to go into the bag, the sandwich goes down, the fries go on top. You know, whatever your procedure is going to be, it should be done time and time and time again. It should never change. People have to be taught how to do it. You don't just point at the bags and go, there you go, just put the food in it, because they're going to put the food in it. And it won't be how you want it. And most likely it won't be how the guest wants it either. Or if they do make it in a nice, neat fashion, is it going to be different than the way someone else bags it? So have standards for everything with time goals. So once the food is done, how do you communicate to the guest? That's a part of speed of service, because the speed of service timer doesn't end till the guest has the food in their hand. Not that it's done and sitting on the counter waiting on them, because you have to take responsibility. If they don't hear you call out their name, or they don't notice that the pager's going off, or they don't hear their cell phone beeping at them, whatever that method of communication to the guest is, you're still responsible to get that food into their hand. If you're one of those owners that, once it's done and I push the button, they don't show up, it's on them. I don't care. If you don't care, get out of the business. Yeah, you have a business to run, and guess what? Part of running that business is getting the food out of your kitchen into your guests' hands. Yeah, it's a pain when they step away. You guys know I ran a Burger King, and Burger King will give you the little ticket number, say, we're going to call out the ticket number when your food's ready. And then you call it out and they don't come up. They don't hear you. They went to the bathroom. They went outside to smoke a cigarette. They did something that puts them out of hearing the number, or they just completely forgot the number and had no clue. You don't leave the sandwich and the fries sitting on the tray and walk away. Go, I called the number. It's on him if you don't come get it. Doesn't work that way. You go the extra mile and you get the food into their hands. You chase them down, and yeah, that's a pain. But if this is the hospitality industry, it's not the, screw you. If you don't pay attention, that's on you, dude. That's not how this industry works. You want to be successful, you go the extra mile. You want to fret and worry about paying your bills all the time, then do those things that show you don't care. Because if you don't care about your guests, I can guarantee you they will not care about you. Speed of service matters. Doesn't matter what you sell. Barbecue place doing all scoop and serve should be ridiculous fast. There's one little place here in our town that he can wait on way more people than any other food truck and get the food out quicker because he's all scoop and serve. His average line, because he moves so fast, is only about 12 people deep when everybody else is about 20 people deep. And then the people get the food. I sat and timed him one night. He was consistently 3 minutes or less per order. Once they stepped up and placed it, it was in their hands 3 minutes later. Consistently. What that means is he understands how to move people. And his team that's assembling those plates knew exactly how to portion and get the food on the plate in a neat manner and then get it in the guest's hands. That's speed of service. And people will favor him, and he ends up being one of the busier trucks, but you can't tell it to look at it because he never has a line. He's moving his line. And they don't appear to be hustling. They just are doing it. So the moral of the speed of service story is set time goals. Have some method of verifying those time goals, either your POS system or if you have a KDS, some type of system that verifies you're going as fast as you think you are. And then if you're not going as fast as you think you are, figure out how to go as fast as you should be. No one should have to wait 30 minutes on their food. Certainly no one should have to wait 45 minutes or an hour. That's just irresponsible. That's you kidnapping their money and holding it for ransom because the guests can't leave. They already paid you. You got to remember, we're in the hospitality business. You can make a whole bunch of money in this business if you know what you're doing. But you can't make money in this business if you give excuses like, oh, I'm cooked to order. It's going to take us a while. It just doesn't work that way. You will be stuck behind your grill on your food truck every day for the rest of your life. If that's how you treat your guests. You might make money, but you'll have to be out there every single day. Do you really want to be out there when you're 65 years old? Do the things necessary to make sure that your speed of service is where it needs to be so that your guests become a walking advertisement for your business. Imagine somebody defending your business when a guest steps up and says, man, this line's long. And the other guest that knows about your business says, yeah, it is, but they move the line. We'll have our food in no time. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow because you know I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.